Hey guys, I'm Naley Gonzalez and welcome back to my channel where I share tips and advice on writing, my own writing process and journey, and my occasional opinion on stuff going on in the writing world. So you've got your list of potential beta readers and your novel is ready to be read. Now all you have to do is pick who'll read your novel. Easy peasy, right? Debatable. When going through the beta process, you have to pick readers that'll best reflect and represent your target audience. But how many betas do you need and how do you know they're the right fit? Don't worry, in this video I'm sharing how to select which readers are right for your book and how many betas are right for you. If you don't know what betas are or how to find any, I recommend watching my first video on how to find betas before your manuscript is even complete. The link is available in the description along with other related videos to help with your beta process. If you want to be the first to know when I upload videos on beta readers, subscribe to my channel and click the bell to turn on your notifications. The first question on every writer's mind before starting the beta process is, how many betas do I need? Unlike when you're creating a list of potential betas, you may want to consider going a tad smaller for the amount of people you have reading and providing feedback on your novel. Once the process is done, you have to take all that feedback and organize it, which can get overwhelming if you have a big group. I've heard of some writers having groups of 20 to 30 people, which sounds amazing, but you'll need to touch base with each of them throughout the process, then collect and go through each of their feedback. A big number might be appealing since there's a chance people will become too busy to complete the process. But for your first round of beta reading, keep the number realistic and manageable. You can also inflate the number a smidge to anticipate those who might need to opt out because of life. So say you set your max for betas at 10 people, but select 15 that reach the requirements. Then throughout the process it drops to 7 or 5 people. It's still a good and manageable number to get feedback from, and you can still use the feedback from those who had to leave the process, depending on how and when you decide to collect it, of course, but that's a topic for another video. Now, to get the specific number of beta readers, the other thing you need to focus on is how to select the best betas for your novel. So, how do we do this? If you've already got a list of potential betas ready, send them a quick message or email asking if they're still interested in beta reading, and include more details on your novel, like its pitch, the word count, starting and end date for the process, what formats you'll be using, what's expected of them, and so on. Of the original number on your list, those who are still interested will reply. Now send the number of people who still want to beta read a questionnaire to fill out so you can learn more about them and find out if they fall into your target audience. I originally typed up my questions in the Notes app and sent them to the people interested mostly through Facebook or Instagram Messenger, but I've since transitioned to Google Forms. It's so easy to customize and set up, it isn't difficult to fill out and submit, plus it keeps everything organized in one spot, so you're not going through a bunch of different apps or files trying to find and organize the responses. The questions I ask range from broad to specific. The first question is for their first name, because I want to know who filled the survey and what to call them. Second and third is their age and gender. This is important to gauge how different age and gender groups respond to my novel. It also helps narrow down people for your target audience, whether you're writing young adult, adult fiction, or erotica. Fourth, I ask for their preferred email, so I'll be able to get in contact with them and where I'll be able to send chapters. Fifth, if you care, you can ask if they've beta read before. If they have, it's one less person to explain the process to, as they know what's expected, and it makes things easier for you if it's your first time setting up a beta reading group. The sixth question I asked was why they wanted a beta read for me. What about my novel piqued their interest? This goes back to your pitch and the details you shared about your book. This will let you know what about it caught your attention and help you figure out if they truly fall into your target audience. Responses like "it seemed like a fun thing to do" would probably not be someone you'd pick for beta reading. But if someone were to respond, "I love new adult fiction and I like stuff about ghosts and psychics," then I know they'd be ideal to beta read my novel. Seventh, I asked them to list their favorite books, movies, TV shows, and so on. But I would probably narrow this down to ask, what are some of their favorite new adult paranormal books, movies, TV shows, or whatever category or genre your story falls into. This will let you know if your readers truly understand your genre and are part of your target audience, and is less work on your part of going through vague answers like Harry Potter, Hunger Games, or Grey's Anatomy. No one gave me those specific answers, but you can see how they're unrelated in terms of genre and age group. The goal is to see if their favorites are similar to your novel to make sure they'll be interested in your story to want to finish it. You're setting yourself up for disappointment if they only read space operas and your book is a medieval fantasy with dragons. They're going to say your book is bad or boring, obviously because it's not their cup of tea to begin with. The eighth question you can include is if there's anything, tropes, or trigger warnings they don't like or hate to read. You can do this as two separate questions, but the point is to avoid putting your beta reader in an uncomfortable position and to avoid getting angry feedback. The ninth question is what tropes they do enjoy. This should bump them up in their list if they mention tropes that you know you include in your story. Not everyone will love your story, but the goal is to reach readers who are interested in the type of books you're writing and what's in them. The final question you should include is if they have any questions for you about the process or your book. Even if they don't have any during the time they're filling out the questionnaire, make sure they know they're welcome to reach out to you whenever. When you've gotten all your responses from the questionnaire, set a date for a deadline so you're not waiting forever. Go with the people who fall mostly into your target audience. I know I've been saying that the entire time, but that's really what the key is. The closer your responses fall in line with your requirements, the more fit they'll be for your first round of beta reading, as they'll be the ones who normally read your genre and might pick up your book in a bookstore. If there are some who are close but just don't make it into your target audience for one reason or another, you can definitely let them know you'd like to use them for round 2 of beta reading, if they're still interested then, that is. And that's it. While it isn't foolproof, having a reasonable number you can handle checking in with daily, weekly, or bi-weekly, and knowing you can handle the amount of feedback is the first key to selecting your beta readers. Even if you go over that set number just a little bit, it's okay, as there's a high chance that some may have to tap out for personal reasons. After you get confirmation of people still interested in beta reading for you, send the questionnaire out and pick the individuals who fall in line with your target audience. Don't pick the person who lists all the Transformers and Fast and the Furious movies for their faves and nothing else. They're not going to be interested in your book and likely give inapplicable feedback and or give up reading your book early in the process. Do you have a specific method to picking your beta readers? Let me know down in the comments, as I always love to improve my own methods. Like this video so I know you found it useful. Subscribe to my channel for upcoming videos on beta readers. Click that bell to turn on your notifications. Head to my website, naleygonzalez.com, to get updates on my debut novel, Like My Mother Before Me, and follow me on social media. As always, thanks for watching. Until next time.